Hello guys, 654 days of war. Elena Panina, the director of Institute for International Strategic Studies, has said that Russia has a year and a half to achieve a fundamental change in the northeast military district, while Putin has declared his intention that he will be fighting the forthcoming election for president of Russia. In the meantime, in southern war zone on Kherson front, Ukrainians did not carry out any serious attack to advance from Krinky bridgehead and other bridgeheads westwards towards Alexeyevsky Island. Ukrainians carried out some limited offensive. Here activities were seen also in Kinbur Peninsula. On Zaporizhia front towards Orikho sector, no changes except that Russians made some small gains towards Rabotino. Remivki salient, nothing special to report. In north, intensive fight is continuing all along Kupyansk-Swatovo criminal line. Towards Liman direction, the Russian army activities is increasing, most probably aiming to defeat Ukrainian bridgeheads on eastern bank of Zherebets river. The Russians also carried out operations in the southern flank from Dibrova towards Terny and Yampo-Lovka salient. Fight is developing on the outskirts of Yar Lepto or Lapto. Fight is also developing from Serebryansky forestry site. As far as attack on Liman is concerned, it is still a far-fetched probability, but it exists in the future. On Swatovo-Kupyansk front, the Russians made some small gains towards east of Petropavlovka. Positional battle is continuing towards Sinkovka. Further up towards Persy Liman direction, Ukrainians carried out counterattacks and gained many posts northwest of Sinkovka. Also for the Ukrainians, crossings over Oskol river is becoming difficult with every day. Coming to Bakhmut front in east, in southern flank, the Russians made important gains towards Klishivka, where it took over important heights as well as several landing positions. In North Bakhmut, they are continuing their attacks towards Bakhmut reservoir. Coming to Avdiivka, let us hear what the General Staff of Ukrainian Armed Forces has to say. Russian army continues efforts to encircle Avdiivka and carried out close to 30 attacks in last 24 hours. On ground in northern front, Russians assaulted Novokalinovka forest belt and moved almost 400 meters ahead and is in process of cleaning as far as Petrovka is concerned. They also entered treatment area in west zone in eastern part of coke plant. In southeast of Avdiivka, Russians are advancing from the industrial zone. From Vodyane direction, they advanced almost 100 meters. Battle is continuing in the western Krasnogorovka direction. In Marinka, no changes. Fight is going on in the northwest of the city. Ukrainians are continuously striking Russian border regions like Bulgorod, and Russians continue their interdiction missions with the help of UAVs and even missiles. On Palestine Israel War front, US again vetoed in United Nations Security Council for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, where more than 17,000 people have perished, including 7,000 children. Hamas has claimed that IDF has lost 135 armored vehicles in last 3 to 4 days, while Tel Aviv is facing continuous bombardment, though the damage is minimum due its air defense. As far as the battle is concerned, Hamas' operational situation is worsening with every day, while IDF is penetrating into Khan Yunis and into Gaza. In the meantime, geopolitical situation in Middle East is heating up. Putin finished his trips to UAE and Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, Russia and Saudis agreed to strengthen their cooperation in defense and oil and gas fields. Putin appreciated successful efforts of OPEC Plus, and both the countries also agreed to continue their efforts on the settlement of Yemen crisis as well as humanitarian efforts in the Gaza Strip. Later, Iranian president arrived in Moscow to have a talk with Putin, and also Erdogan arrived in Greece. These various diplomatic relations and changes and efforts are leading to a particular direction, of course. In Sudan, RRF is continuously attacking on government position as had advanced on Omdurman as well as on Khartoum regions. And that's all from my side, friends. See you tomorrow. Thanks.